Do you think that the action New Zealand government is currently taking on climate change is sufficient and does justice for our future generations? And if not, what goals and actions would you push for in the next term if elected?
No, I don't think that what the current government is doing is anywhere near enough, and I think it's incredibly unfair to future generations. In fact, what we're seeing is a lot of kind of intergenerational theft in New Zealand in particular, and this in some ways is just one aspect of it. But in terms of climate change, the government needs to do much more. They are, I think, positioning themselves not to include agriculture in the emission trading schemes, when that becomes a question in the next couple of years. I think there has been a vein of scepticism about the reality of anthropogenic climate change. Certainly that was ACT's explicit policy in the last election, and they brought that sentiment into the National ACT government. I think they may have slightly softened their position on the actual reality of man-made climate change. But the price on carbon at the moment is too low in the emission trading scheme. We would have preferred a straightforward carbon tax, but we're certain that we must be exposed to the world price for carbon, and we can't continue to subsidise high carbon emitting industries, especially the dairy industry, but others as well. Effectively at the moment the taxpayer is subsidising industries to emit carbon, and there's much more that we need to do to reduce emissions. Another aspect of that is not selling off state-owned energy assets, but instead using those to create clean green jobs through partnerships with private enterprise, with the entrepreneurs. In my electorate, in the Otaki electorate, there's a thing called the Clean Tech Energy Centre, and there are people there working on the electric motorbike and the electric truck, and on other ways of reducing emissions. Clever software that turns computers off when they're not being used, for example, and saves really significant amounts of electricity. That centre is not being subsidised in any significant way by the government, supported in any way by the government. So at the moment all our price signals and our subsidies are wrong, and we should be partnering with those entrepreneurs, and there's just huge opportunities overseas for, there's going to be a huge market in clean green energy overseas, and we can if we can capture a small part of that, and we're certainly capable of doing that, then that can provide not only clean industry here at home, but significant jobs and alternatives to carbon emitting industries.
Yep.